I've completely lost touch with reality. I look around, whether it be people or buildings or just anything, and it all seems so fake. So completely and utterly fake. And this is kind of what happens when you find out the truth about this world. When you find out too much about this world and just how fake it is and all the illusions begin to shatter, it kind of messes with you, to be honest. Let me just pull over right here and talk. But yeah, as I was saying, it really messes with you once you find out too much about this world. Because ever since you were born, you are basically programmed. You are the product of programming. And when that program shatters, it hurts so much, right? It's the most isolating feeling of all time. And it hurts to the point where you think, can I please go back to the programming? That's how bad it is. It's gotten so painful to the point where I want to go back to being just brainwashed, because life was a lot easier back then. Way, way easier. And it doesn't even come close. Because this is not it, to be honest. Like, yes, I found out the truth. I found out that this life is completely and utterly meaningless, and everything we do in this world doesn't matter because it's all made up. Everything is a social construct. And I try to tell these things to some of my closest friends and even my brother. I cannot speak, it's so cold out here. But yeah, I try to tell him these things, and the conversation we had, it kind of just showed that, not everyone's on the same wavelength as me. Some people just don't really understand, and they never will understand, because they will always view this world on a, simplistic kind of like worldview. And yeah, the past me wouldn't have understood if someone talked like this. I probably would just say, bro, just get some girls. Just get some girls, man. You don't have girls. That's the problem. And that is how I would used to talk. But once you actually find out the truth, it's completely isolating and miserable, and no one feels real. Like, I had my mom talk to me yesterday. She was like, oh, you need to find a better paying career. And I kind of just questioned. I was like, why? Why did she bring me into this world, and why does she have the expectation of, you better get this high paying career? Why do these things even matter? And I kind of just realized, like, is she even a real person? Or is she just mimicking, parroting what society says you should do? And that kind of applies to everyone. Most people, to me, are not real because they're just mimicking roles that society assigned them. Literally. There's people out here that are like, go to the gym, man. Go to the gym, make some money, be a real man. And it's like, that's pretty much what I mean. Like, they're parroting a role that society gave them. They're not being, their actual selves, because what even is being your actual self? I feel like no one can be their actual self until they see the truth. But most people, they don't really think about the truth. They don't think about, these illusions. They just kind of like go with the flow, because there's more important things than illusions, like your own circumstances. I actually asked my brother, I said, yo, if you had like $1 million right now, or even 10 million, would you still have problems with your life? And he said, not really. He said that he would have problems still, but the money would fix those problems. So basically, he wouldn't really have any problems if you just give him a bunch of money. And he said, isn't that kind of like normal? Isn't that kind of like what, most people, most people would be happy if you gave them $1 million. He said that. And I said, well, not really, because some people, their problems are more than just circumstance, Some people like me, like, I don't care how much money I have. This existence is not going to be bearable no matter how much money I have. And to me, that's just, again, this comes with the pain of seeing the truth. And he actually, he didn't believe me. He didn't believe me, and I get it. I don't even blame him. I don't blame him at all. And a lot of people in my comment section say, just get a girlfriend, man. Oh, you just got to figure out a way, man. Just make a lot of money. I'll actually give you a good example of this. So I made a channel for another hobby, but I posted a few days ago, but I deleted the channel because I kind of realized, I probably shouldn't advertise a new channel to this channel's audience, because they're gonna like mess up with the stats and everything. Like, they'll come to support it, but they're not really gonna watch the videos because it's not really intended for them. So I kind of realized that. I'm like, damn, I might as well just delete it and just start another channel in silence. So I did that. But this guy in my comment section, he said, you can't be doing this, dude. I said, what are you talking about? He said, you can't be making these, you can't be doing these kind of videos for fun, man. You got to find a way to make money. And I'm like, what the heck is he saying? Like, and it's like, you can't even have fun in this world. Everything always has to be about a piece of paper. And I looked at this guy, and I didn't really register him as an actual person, even though I know he is, because again, he's just basically just regurgitating the same thing society tells you to do. Make a lot of money or else you're worthless. So I didn't register him as a real person, because that view of his, the things he said, oh, you gotta make money, man. This is a person that's basically a bot, like programmed by the system. And sometimes the programming malfunctions. And that's where people like me come into play. And people like Life Outrage, Born into a Corrupt System, The Prison Called Life, Javal the Doomer, Red Pill Option. Am I missing any YouTubers? Am I? If I'm missing you, then please comment down below. But basically, yeah, that's where people like us come into play. We're the people that have kind of broke free from this programming, and the only other people we can talk about this to are people on YouTube, because everyone else in real life is just completely brainwashed. Oh, I forgot, Life is Overrated 96. One of the main YouTubers I started watching when I made this content. And if anyone remembers the YouTuber Pointless Rat Race, he's basically my biggest influence in starting this channel. Even though he deleted his channel like a long time ago, but yeah. But anyways, we're basically the malfunctions, okay? Did I say that correctly? The malfunctions? I don't even know, but like, yeah, so like the programming, it didn't work for a few people, and I might need to stop so I can focus on talking, first of all. Ooh. Okay, what was I saying now? But again, it's extremely isolating being one of us. Like, it's a blessing and a curse at the same time. I actually saw this YouTuber, I saw one of his videos just recently. He's one of these new Life Sucks YouTubers, one of these new ranters, complainers, and I actually don't remember his name because I would shout him out, but I don't remember his damn name. I might have to get back to you guys with his name later. But he made a video called It's Better to Be Ignorant, and he basically said the same things I'm saying right now. Like, it's extremely painful to know the truth because it's isolating. Everything doesn't really seem real, and you just realize how nonsensical this system is, how nonsensical this existence is, and the curse is just the fact that you have to keep playing the game. And it's depressing. You have to keep applying to jobs knowing that, you're basically just going to be slaving your life away. You have to keep making that money, keep paying those bills, and it doesn't matter if you realize this is all a pathetic game. Like, I'm trying to get these normies to understand what I mean by that, but it really is just a game, guys. This is not real. Wake up. This is a game. None of this means anything. On a cosmical level, we're all insignificant. Do you guys realize how big the cosmos is, how big this universe is? And we're just one tiny species thinking we're above it all, thinking that we have it all figured out. And yet, look at our lives. We wake up, we go to jobs, which, by the way, I'm about to do. It's currently like 6 p.m. the heck, 6 a.m. I'm about to go to work in like 2-3 hours. And this is kind of just what we do with our lives. It's a game that we made up. It doesn't mean anything in the grand scheme of things. Jobs, rent, bills, relationships, conversations, friendships, cars. I look at this world and I feel so out of touch. I feel so disconnected. Like, I'm starting to think that this isn't even real and that this is just like a made up game. So I don't know who made it up. I don't really believe in a God, but I don't know. And this realization always comes with this constant anxiety. Like, I always feel like a tightness around my chest because I'm like, bro, this is a game and everyone here is just asleep. They're just playing the game like usual and they don't even care. They don't even care. And I mean, they probably don't even know, but the thing is, if you're one of these normies that are going to be commenting things like, by the way, I don't really like saying that word, but I don't really have any other word to say to refer to you guys. But basically, if you're, one of those people, normies, I'll just say it, you're never going to understand what we're talking about on this channel. You're never going to understand YouTubers like me while we talk about and if you read the comment section, you're just never going to understand. You never will. You never will, because you do not question anything. Because obviously your own circumstances come first. Your own circumstances come first, okay? But that's not how it works for everyone. I mean, well, actually it is. Never mind. But I will say, there are some people, believe it or not, that think about more than just their personal circumstances. It's not always about, oh, I want to make money, I want to get a girl, It's not always about that. Some people, they think about more. They think about this existence, the meaning of it, or the lack of meaning. And the normies, they just cannot comprehend this. They cannot comprehend why someone would think like this. All you need is $1 million and you'll be happy. What are you talking about the meaning of life for? Who cares, man? Go party, go get girls. Like, do you guys... I cannot go back to that block. People are sleeping and I don't want to wake them up. So I'm going to just stay here. But, yeah, that's what normies will tell you. Just hit the gym, bro. Just get girls, bro. And... man... it really is annoying, and it really is, like, it's very isolating. Like, why am I the only one in maybe 100-meter vicinity who actually questions why we're even here doing the things we do? And why are things that we do considered normal? What makes something normal? What makes something not normal? What makes something weird? Isn't this all just things we made up? No. But no, that doesn't matter. None of that matters. The only thing that matters is, oh, you're in the game? Get your money up. Get your stats up. But the question is, why do I even Why should I care about these stats? You know? Why are we forced to even care about these stats? And again, no one's awake, so what can you really do? Like, you tell them these things and they just say, get a girl. Am I tripping? Am I tripping right now? No, I'm not tripping. I know I'm not tripping. But, what can we do? Like, in this existence is just... I just look around and I just cannot believe this is even a thing. Working and working and working, selling your soul for money, following random societal expectations and societal norms for no reason. I actually talked about this with my brother too. I said, you know, this whole concept of dressing professionally, what the heck is the purpose of that? What even is dressing professionally? And why do we follow these standards? Why should it matter if a guy is wearing, you know, if a guy has tattoos or long hair and stuff like that? Why should that even matter in terms of doing a job? Who made this distinction between professional and casual attire? Who made this distinction? And even if you can give me the answer to that, it's like, why are we still following this shit? It's all made up. I'm telling you guys, this is all made up. I don't even know what else to say. Like, this entire world is completely fake. Oof, almost fell there. Ah, man. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this one, then click like, click subscribe. I don't really have anything else to say because I'm just so done with this existence. So I'm getting tired of talking to be honest. I mean, I'm not gonna say I don't like making these videos. I kind of do like making these videos, but now that it's become something where I have to make these videos just for money, well, I wouldn't even say it's just for money, to be honest, because I am just randomly out filming. Like, I didn't really think, all right, I'm gonna make a video just so I can post it for money. I didn't really think about that. I kind of just did it spontaneously. Ugh. Pothole. I kind of just did it spontaneously. I just randomly thought, all right, I'm gonna just start filming because I have an idea in my head. So I guess that's the fun part, but which is kind of why I like these kind of videos where I just record and talk. I like doing them more than the ones where I actually sit down and record a voiceover and all that stuff, because that stuff makes me feel like I'm doing actual YouTube stuff. And like, I mean, it's alright, but it's definitely not as fun as this, because this, it feels like I'm actually like talking to you guys, you know? It actually feels like you guys are with me and I'm talking to you guys. All these people around me are probably like, what is this dude doing? He's just out recording himself skateboarding with a camera, talking to nobody. And I'm just like, bro, you know, actually, I wouldn't be surprised if they're thinking that, but then what do I care, man? They're gonna be in their metal cage like that. That's a metal cage. They're gonna be in their metal cages going to work. Kind of like me, but I don't have to drive to work. Anyways, I'm just rambling at this point, so I'm probably just gonna end it here. All right, I'll take off now. Peace.